Everything you need to know about Virgin Voyage's brand new ship, the Brilliant Lady. Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Kling, the Travel Kling, in my home port of New York City, and I just returned from my second tour of the Brilliant Lady. And let me show you around, because at this point I think I'm an expert, and if not, I got maps to show us around, some brochures, and you know what? I still have my ID for my tour. I'm not so sure if I was supposed to return this or not, so I'll just set this aside. Anyways, let's get started looking around the Brilliant Lady. Let's start in the heart of the ship, the roundabout. This is where I entered this ship. It is an atrium. It is designed as the heart of the ship, the center of it, where a lot of people will be hanging out at full-service bars, lounging in the chairs, and hearing live music. One of the bars there is called On the Rocks, a cocktail bar on deck 6. Also in that area, you'll find live music, and Virgin ships are known for that. That's the company's history of music. So you'll certainly see a lot of it throughout the ship and throughout your voyage. Also, there's the Draught House on deck 7. It is now serving coffee in addition to beer and a full bar. Now we'll get back down to all the cool stuff inside later, but let's hop in the elevator and go to the top deck and see what's up there. Let's start at the perch on deck 17 in the aft of the ship. This area is set aside for quiet, peaceful yoga, meditation, and this is also where they host weddings on the ship. And also on deck 17 is this awesome space called Runway. It is an outdoor jogging track about 255 meters around, crowning the ship, going around the funnel with stunning views. You gotta check that out, even if you don't run. Now on deck 16, not too far away, is the Athletic Club. This is a huge outdoor space with tons of things to do, eat, or do nothing at all. They have more shade in there for you to lounge in, and the railings are now panoramic glass, so as you're sitting there, you can enjoy the views of where the ship will be going, the Panama Canal and Alaska, and many other places. This area also has a group fitness area, a boxing ring, a court for basketball or pickleball, whirlpools, and of course, tons of spaces to relax. Let's move forward on deck 15 to the Aquatic Club and start at the Well-Being Pool. Look at this, it's a beautiful space tucked inside. It's got 2 full-service bars. The first one right next to the pool is called Gym and Tonic. Get it? Gym and Tonic. It's a full-service bar with alcohol, but you can find some healthy things there too, in case you want to do that while you're working out. And right above that is the Sun Club bar on deck 16. Now on both sides of the pool are some of the fitness areas, and Virgin Voyages really go out of their way to make these gyms really special. I mean, a lot of ships, they tuck the gyms into random corners or small rooms buried in the ship. These gyms are prime locations and have floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the ocean or whatever beautiful port you're in. So it's called B Complex on deck 15. On one side of the ship, you'll have the bike and treadmill studio, tons of them. Treadmills, ellipticals, bikes, overlooking the pool and the ocean. Across the side of the ship is the more traditional gym with weights, free weights, machine weights, and a balance studio there too. Now moving forward on deck 15 a little more, still part of the Aquatic Club, is the main pool. Now this main pool is 2 meters longer than the Brilliant Lady's sister ships, so you have a little more space there. There are a lot of places to relax, from regular chase lounges to these cool circle beds to big day beds right next to the pool. And also on deck 15, tucked in the corner, is the Tune-Up. It's a place to get mani-pedis and is a med spa. Now let's stay in this part of the ship and move forward to a very special area, but only open to people staying in suites. It's called Richard's Rooftop, named after no one else than Sir Richard Branson. This is a sun deck and bar and private space, as I said, to only people in the suites. But they have free happy hour each evening for those special guests. So it's a much quieter area to relax, away from all the hubbub of everything else. There are jacuzzis, bar, and shaded areas here. Now some of the passengers who get to go to Richard's Rooftop stay in this room, the massive suite. It is the biggest one on the ship by far. Take a look at this. It is absurd. I mean, it's nice. All suites come with a full-service bar, a record player with albums. This one also has its own private terrace with lounge chairs, hammocks, and its own private jacuzzi with stunning views off the front of the ship. All right, let's get out of our stateroom and go back to all the action. Let's hop the elevator and go down to deck 7. One of my favorite features on deck 7 is a 365 degrees promenade deck. You can walk the whole ship and get views all around. In the back of the ship is the dock. It's a restaurant and bar serving meze-style Mediterranean food. There's space for live music, lots of lounges besides chairs, and you have those amazing wake views. And right next to it too is Juicy, an enhanced juice bar. There's the Wake Seafood and Steak Restaurant. You access from deck 7, walk down these lovely stairs with a stunning chandelier, and down to your seats. The meal there I had was lamb, and then the bread, even the bread and butter was good. Again, if they get the basics right like that, you know the meal's going to be good. Now let's move forward on deck 7 because there's tons of things to do and lots of restaurants. I mean, Virgin ships have more than 20 different restaurants and they're all included on board. We've got the pizza place for homemade fresh pizza, Grounds Club coffee, which includes adult coffee drinks, which means with alcohol. There is the Social Club Diner and Bar serving fairground festival kind of food, boozy floats, and they have a lot of games to play like shuffleboard and classic vintage games. And then tucked away in there too is the Loose Cannon, a dive bar describes and nautical themed. Moving forward on deck 7 is the ice cream parlor. They came up with the name Lick Me Till I Scream. I didn't come up with that, they did. Sorry I had to say that out loud. But all the ice cream is homemade. They even have vegan options, they say too. Also on deck 7 is one of my favorite spots, the Sip Champagne Lounge. In the morning, they serve barista coffee and pastries. Then they have high tea in the afternoon. And all day long, you can get champagne. It's a really nice, fun spot. Really at the center of the ship, too. Now, at the front of deck 6 and deck 7 are the two biggest entertainment venues. And they're both 2 decks high. There is the Manor. It's a nightclub offering entertainment with 3 different bars inside. And the entrance alone is a glittering, stunning way to get inside the venue. And then there's the Red Room, another 2-deck. This is a live performance space where the seats and stage are totally configurable and change pretty much every time I've been in there. Now, since we're down on deck 6 now, some more indoor things. We have the High Street shopping area. And I've never seen so many shops on a ship. There's all sorts of them, including a barber shop to get your beard trimmed, a beauty shop for women to get your hair blown out, and there's even a tattoo parlor on board the Virgin ships. Now let's keep heading back on deck 6 for the remainder of the restaurants. Let's stop first to the Test Kitchen. Look at this very modern looking place. It is a cooking lab, they describe it, an experimental bar. They've got a menu that rotates every few days, so you can come back at several different times and try the various different menus. Across the ship is Extra Virgin. It is their casual Italian restaurant and wine bar. It serves hands-made pasta and homemade gelato. One deck below that, the last 2 restaurants to tell you about, there's Rojo by Razzle Dazzle. It is a vegetarian-forward restaurant, but they do have meats, they do have wine, and at nighttime it kind of turns into more tapas-style Spanish flavor restaurant with sangria too, only on the Brilliant Lady. And then across the ship is a restaurant I got eaten to, Pink Agave. It's an upscale Mexican restaurant with the largest tequila and mezcal selection at sea. I ate there, and even the tortillas were homemade and so good. So you know if they get that part right, if they get the basic things right, the rest is going to be really good. And our final stop on the ship, deep below on deck 5, is the Redemption Spa. This is a sleek, clean, and stunning space, offering all sorts of different ways to relax and restore. They've got a sauna, steam room, mud room, salt room, hammam benches, heated marble. It's got it all. Access is included if you're in a suite, but if not, you can buy a day pass. Whew, that is everything I can think of to tell you about Virgin Voyage's brand new ship, the Brilliant Lady. But before I go, let me tell you a few things about Virgin. They're a really unique cruise line. They do almost everything differently. First thing, no kids on board, adults only. What a different vibe that offers. There's no formal wear, there's no dress codes. They say, come as you are. There's no assigned seating in the restaurants and no set dining times. You can go to more than 20 restaurants whenever you want, and there's no upcharges to get in. Some meals are cost a little more, like a huge seafood tower, but otherwise everything's included. And one interesting thing they offer, if you have a second person on your reservation, you can change that person's name up to 48 hours before the sailing. Give you a lot of flexibility. All right, that's everything I can think of about the brand new Brilliant Lady. Stay right here at the Travel Kling for many more ship tours coming up and more information on ports of call around the world. I'm Brandon Kling, the Travel Kling.